Hey y'all, Chris here with CatchPro Wildlife Removal, and it's hot. I'm drenched in sweat. It's August, but that means that we're out of the bat blackout season. So what that means, what that is, people that call, May through June, that is a time that bats are having their young. They're young like birds and other flying animals. Bats are mammals, not birds, but are flightless. And so through the exclusion process, because we don't actually trap and handle the bats, we just allow them to exit and don't allow them to re-enter. If we do that when the flightless young are present, then we're going to kill those flightless young. We don't want to kill bats. Bats are protected. Some bats are endangered or threatened, so we don't want to endanger that population any further by killing the young bats for the next year. So August 1 or August, we're out here getting bats out, permanently evicting them now. So we can do some bat work so far as preparation, but for where they're coming and going, we hold off on that till the right time. So I'm going to flip it around, show you what we're looking at here, and I'm also going to set up a camera, so hopefully we get some good footage of the bats leaving and then them trying to swarm back in the morning and not being able to get in, which means we did our job right. So this is just a quick shot showing a lot of the guano that's exposed on the exterior of the roof. So I don't know if you can see, there's all these little black specks all along this metal roof. And what these bats are doing, they're landing on this roof and they're going in under the ridge cap. I don't know if you hear that, that's bats in there scurrying about. So we've installed this blocker to keep them from getting in right here. And we've also installed this, which will allow the bats to come out. We got everywhere else blocked off so the bats can get out, but they can't get back in. We give that a couple days a week, and then we'll remove this, permanently seal it up, and the bats will find them another home to go to. But these metal roofs, I've been doing a lot of those lately. The ridge cap on a shingle roof can be an issue and an access point as well. But this is kind of the setup. We're going to let the bats get out, come back, block it all off. Everything else is blocked off. The catch with it is if they've just got one spot where they're getting in and out, and you let them get out and don't block anything else off, well, then they're going to be right back in another spot, and you're going to be dealing with more bats. But this is a pretty substantial number of bats. And we've even got some bats hanging around on the outside. You can see the tail on that one. So these are Mexican, or some folks call them Brazilian freetail bats, because they got that tail. And generally those are colony dwellers. So they can live in large groups of, tens, dozens, up to hundreds. My guess, with the amount of activity around this roof and this attic, we're probably dealing with over 100. So hopefully we'll get some good video footage to accompany this, so you can see what those bats going out and how many of them we're dealing with. So here is the morning after we initiated the exclusion process. You can see it's just a swarm of bats all piling around. You'll see, and you can hear them, some of them landing on the roof, but they're not able to get in, so they keep flying and flying around. And this is exactly what we're going for. The next little video segment shows pretty bright daylight, and by this time bats are should be all roofed. So here you can see it's obviously clearly daylight, and the bats are still swarming, flying around. We're still trying to figure out how to get in, which means that we're doing our job right. So I've had people tell me the next morning that sometimes they're scared to go outside because there's just this huge swarm of bats. That's exactly what we're going for. The bats won't stay like this long. I had maybe 10 more minutes of video, and then all of a sudden they're just gone. And so this next little video is the following morning. So this is, and you can see there's still a few bats flying around. The video's not great because it got a little bit of rain, a little bit of water on the screen or on the camera, but you can see there's not near as many bats flying around. That's what we count on. So not necessarily, it's not guaranteed that all the bats will come out the first night. That's why we leave this stuff in place. And so odds are that first night a flush of those bats came out, they relocated somewhere, and then you probably got a few of those first night bats, but some of the second night bats that are leaving too, that are now trying to figure out how to get back in.